Hello, and welcome back to XRP Vault, where we bring you the most recent and intriguing XRP news. We're giving away 10,000 XRP to those who are watching. All you have to do is upvote, subscribe, comment XRP is king and watch the video to the end to be eligible. The winners will be picked next month and publicized on the community page of the channel. Do we concur with the pro-XRP attorney that for the ensuing 2 years, the crypto space will only find clarity via the courts? By the way, how does Ripple feel about bank bailouts? Stay with me to the conclusion to learn more about the examination of SVB oversight, which will be led by former Ripple advisor Michael Barr. If this sounds like something that would be of interest to you, be sure to check out this new video right now. We will also reveal the winner of 200 XRP today, before Congress establishes a regulatory framework for the cryptocurrency business. According to attorney John Deaton, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's case against Ripple may reach the U.S. Supreme Court. To put things in perspective, the case is currently pending in district court and must go through the Circuit Court of Appeals before it can be heard by the Supreme Court. This opinion was shared today in a tweet by the creator of cryptographic legislation. It was in response to signs that the SEC had no intention of slowing down its aggressive attempts to enforce cryptocurrency laws. An excerpt from the SEC's most recent budget plan was released by Fox Business correspondent Eleanor Turot. It is noteworthy that the government stresses that it will not hold off on looking into and taking enforcement measures against cryptocurrency enterprises that it judges to be non-compliant. Apparently, Turot. This suggests that the regulator would increase the size of its crypto enforcement section, which has grown by a factor of 2 in the past year. Deaton reiterates that the only clarification crypto will receive during the next 2 years will come via the legal system, using terahertz findings. He acknowledges that it isn't perfect. He insists that this is the reality as it is right now. The Supreme Court could consider the Ripple case before Congress. We need to litigate, Dean tweeted. Determining claimed in January that the Ripple case's widely anticipated decision on whether XRP is an unregistered security is the only clarification the developing market would receive in the following 2 years. The attorney based this claim on the divisiveness of Congress and the negative impression that the FTX crash has left on politicians. Yesterday, the lawyer for thousands of XRP holders who are friends of the court in the SEC action against Ripple and the forthcoming Judge Analisa Torres judgment was quoted as saying this. Yet he expressed confidence that the federal judge would never decide that XRP secondary market sales qualify as unregistered securities. Deaton asserts that there is no precedent and that Judge Torres is adamant about abiding by the law. The SEC's assumption that an asset is always an investment contract is not one the judge will endorse, tweeted Deaton. In the 80 years since he made this determination, there has never been a case. Because Judge Torres strictly adheres to the law, she won't declare that secondary sales are against Section 5. As previously mentioned, according to Deaton, the SEC's action against Ripple can only succeed if the blockchain payment companies traded XRP as a security from 2013 to 2017. Judge Torres issued a decision last week on Daubert applications that sought to exclude expert testimony. That was largely regarded as a Ripple triumph, and Ripple General Counsel Stuart L. Daugherty claimed that the firm gained confidence with each decision. The judge's decision on summary judgment is expected to be made soon, according to Deaton. I want to tell you something about Dexter before I proceed. A market maker is a self-contained liquidity provider. The decentralization of cryptocurrency trading is aided by someone donating their crypto assets to a platform. You earn compensation in the form of fees from trades made on that platform, which many people regard as a sort of passive income. If you use Export, you can obtain this passive income. A blockchain asset management protocol known as automatic compounding combines data analytics and optimization approaches to automatically combine rewards and produce the maximum potential compound interest rate. These protocols often invest 1 or more times per day in the returns or involvement of LP users to increase the price. It is crucial to make it clear that anyone can use DSpool to offer liquidity to decentralized platforms like Uniswap, SushiSwap, and other similar ones. Additionally, There are many advantages to making this kind of long-term investment. First, you earn rewards while your cryptocurrency is still in staking. Second, decentralized platforms built on blockchains coordinate crypto trading on a massive scale among numerous users, and they do so entirely through automated algorithms. If you use the URL provided in the video description, you can collect Xwell's special welcome registration bonus. This bonus includes attendees can receive up to 100 XRP as a liquidity incentive. The incentive is only available when you make a deposit, and the offer is restricted. Some people have referred to the most recent involvement as a bailout. The bailout is funded by fees banks pay into the Deposit Insurance Fund, as US President Joe Biden emphasized yesterday. Executives from Ripple likewise believe that the intervention is essential and the only wise course of action. Senator Liz Warren should set restrictions on a system that intervenes overnight to make sure that billion-dollar cryptocurrency corporations don't lose a single penny in deposits, according to Susan Friedman of the International Policy Council at Ripple. Yet there is no doubt that many enterprises, not just cryptocurrency, would have been destroyed if the government had not intervened. Another important issue is that cryptocurrency is a legitimate sector that should be banked both domestically and internationally. More details were provided by Friedman regarding the senior advisor to CFTC Chairman Heath Tarbert. On Twitter before the launch of Ripple, Stuart L. Drew, Ripple's chief legal officer, commended California Congressman Ro Khanna for his assistance in defending the deposits of Silicon Valley Bank clients. I'll applaud Darety for his leadership and mention that the bailout includes startups in a variety of diverse industries. Thank you, Ro Khanna, for taking the initiative to compensate SVB depositors. Others may criticize VCs and startups, but these companies are working to solve major issues in the fields of national security, healthcare, AI fintech, and yes, even cryptocurrency. Furthermore, LDRD emphasized that none of this funding comes from taxpayers. Nonetheless, it is bank attacks that give the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, its funding. He also suggested increasing premium payments to banks in order to safeguard payroll and regional bank depositors and avoid consolidations. In order to protect depositors, the attorney also made the case that regulatory and accountability loopholes must be closed. They did nothing more than deposit their money in a bank, which invested in government-backed debt. This isn't taking a risk. We call this conservatism. In an interview with Reuters, Ashish Birla, general manager of Ripple, provided another viewpoint. The US government's decision to support deposits but refrain from paying out compensation to bank owners has Birla quite pleased. Nonetheless, he believes that larger banks will come out on top of the crisis and that startups will open accounts with major US banks in the near future due to the unpredictability surrounding smaller regional banks. And he anticipates a lot of interest in employing treasurers for businesses with a lot of cash on hand who will strive to reduce the business cash holdings. The executive editor tweeted, "Please get in touch with me if you are a fintech having problems getting a bank account. I may have some solutions for you." In light of this, the corporation appears to be handling the SVB and bank bankruptcy with ease. The price of XRP was 37 cents as of right now, down 0.2% from the previous day. The big question of the day is what will emerge from Michael Barr's review of the SVB oversight, a former Ripple advisor. Please remember to tick the notification button and subscribe to our channel if you want to be the first to learn about new developments involving XRP. The failing Silicon Valley Bank will be the subject of a review into supervision and regulation, according to confirmation from the Federal Reserve Board from Vice Chair for Supervision Michael De Senator. This was announced by the Fed on Monday in a press statement, which also stated that the review's conclusions would be made public by May 1st. Incidentally, Barr joined Ripple in 2015 as a consultant. Although it is unknown when he departed the position, he is no longer mentioned as a Ripple advisor. Before this, Barr, one of the primary architects of the Dodd-Frank Act, which forbade banks from trading consumer deposits, worked in the Treasury Department of the Obama administration. President Joseph Biden made the nomination. In July 2022, he began serving as Vice Chair of Supervision. It plays one of the most crucial functions in American financial regulation. The Fed's most recent action comes in response to Biden's call for a thorough investigation into the factors that caused the regional bank to fail. The $209 billion bank was forced to be taken over by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation over the weekend after it received a staggering $42 billion in withdrawal requests in less than 2 days. We must be humble and perform an in-depth evaluation of the supervision and regulation of this company. And the bar for the FIT statement stated what we should take away from this experience. While SVB primarily acted as a lender to IT businesses in the area, it is important to note that it also worked with several well-known figures who were heavily involved in the cryptocurrency industry. Circle Ripple and Andreessen Horowitz are two of these. As was mentioned in earlier reports, the stablecoin lost its peg to the dollar over the weekend due to the ambiguity surrounding the completeness of the stockpile of USD coins. Significantly, Caitlin Long, the CEO of Custodia Bank, responded to Barr's leadership of the examination of SVB's supervision. The head of the custodian bank attacked Barr in a series of tweets yesterday for his part in rejecting the company's application to join the Federal Reserve System. Custodio Bank's 100% cash strategy had long been criticized by the Fed as being risky and unreliable. In the meantime, SVB Barr had claimed in a speech on Thursday that banks covered by the Fed's jurisdiction are well safeguarded from bank runs, less than 24 hours before regulators were compelled to intervene and shut down the company. Long claims that she and other pundits said they were looking forward to seeing the recent bank runs again and requesting a seat at the table to help regulators understand how to recall that the custodian chief in an article last month had criticized regulators and lawmakers for disseminating the help of good actors in the crypto space. As a result, Long has dubbed Barr's latest statement and yesterday's press release as an admission of error. Long claimed to have forewarned regulators about shady cryptocurrency businesses and the growing possibility of bank runs. She did, however, seem to infer that regulators either failed to perceive these signs or did not take any action when they were present. The irony of the Fed looking into the federal government adding more to this narrative has been pointed out by various members of the crypto community. It is important to note that Greg Becker, the chief executive officer of SVB, served as the director of the San Francisco Federal Reserve Board until Friday, when regulators were compelled to seize control of his bank. We shall now declare the recipient of 200 XRP. On the screen right now is the winner. Congratulations. Do not be concerned if you lose. On March 31st, we'll have one more. Okay, folks, this concludes the video. Please be sure to like the video if you found it enjoyable. Don't forget to hit the notification button and subscribe. I find that the YouTube algorithm is greatly aided by this. Sharing this video with as many people as you can will also help enlighten others in the same way that you have been enlightened. Let's spread the word about this, guys. Don't miss any of our stuff if you are a serious Bitcoin enthusiast. I'll see you tomorrow to discuss the most recent news that affects our entire community.